In this video, I'm going to show you how a student of mine using my program increased his vocal range by 4 notes in just 3 weeks, going from F4 to A4. So when Yago first got my course, he was straining and flipping the falsetto on F4. He told me his voice was always getting tired and raspy after gigs. And since he's been working with my program for the last 3 weeks, on his first coaching call with me, he reached A4 with ease in full voice.
I've always struggled between, like trying to get a low larynx round sound without over darkening too much, or on the contrary, to, make it sound bright, but and then, so what I think I got your email like in the middle of the night. So I did it for the first time today. I did the ah sound and then the ah, and it worked like magic.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I struggled with the same problem that you're talking about of, like my voice would either get stuck really low larynx and I couldn't go very high with it, or I would try to make it brighter and clearer and I could go high, but it was like really thin and shrill and shaky. And it was like, it took me so long to find that middle ground balance between the two.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand that, like what you're going through with that, but I can definitely help you because I've figured out the answer to it, and I've been able to reproduce that in people I train. So, where would you say? Did you have a particular question today, or anything you wanted me to take you through?
Well, yes, I wanted to check those exercises, but the thing is, with what you said, it made it a lot clearer. The only thing for me would be now to see if I'm not rising the larynx too high when I'm doing the sound, because for me it feels good. I think it sounds good. I mean, I know it's not like the final sound, but I'm not sure if I'm raising my larynx too high. I think that would be like my biggest question, because the truth is, what I thought I wanted to ask you, it feels like it's been resolved, because I was doing the standards now with this new correction, and I didn't feel tired at all, which was my biggest problem. That every time I would just do my exercises, I would end up like with a raspy voice, or too airy, or the next day I would just wake up like.
Like, have you been doing any more gigs?
I'll probably start in October, and I hate it because sometimes I'm just like really excited that I'm actually going to play. But if I'm on a tour and I'm playing like, say, twice a week, I'm just scared that I'm not gonna be able to perform this second night. So I'm like, yeah, first night's gonna be amazing, but the second night I'm just petrified. I'm like, ah, fuck, how am I gonna pull this off?
Okay, so we got to get your voice to have that stamina so that you're not scared of those performances.
Yeah,
That's your most immediate goal. Would you say that? Would you say that's your most
yeah,
immediate?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my most immediate goal. Absolutely, to just have like a solid, strong voice that I don't, like end up just losing it every time. And I feel the reason why I'm losing my voice, it's because I'm over darkening the sound. I feel it now because I've heard this so much. Like, you have to have a low larynx position, so that I now with your note, I'm like, okay, this is what I've been doing wrong for the whole time. I've been like, ah!
Okay, let's have a look. So we go. Try this. We go.
Let me just.
Ah.
Ah,
Okay, now try this on A. A.
eh,
Then back on R.
ah,
That's it. Back on A.
eh,
Back on R.
ah.
gonna go now. Why don't you try this one? We're gonna go. Can you go?
That's the highest I've been in that position in
What did
my
you
life.
say?
That's the highest I've been in that position in my entire life.
Oh,
I've
really?
never
You've
done
never
that
been up there before?
never without harming my voice, like yelling or without going to falsetto. Never ever in my entire life. This is the first time. I'm really excited.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, you went up to an A4 there.
Never in my life. Never.
When was it before? Like, what was the highest note you used to go to before that?
Maybe a G, but just like screaming. Maybe a G, but sometimes even in F sharp 4, I would be like dying. And right now, it felt just like that's it. Like I've done it my entire life, and it's just that no, don't over target.
That's fantastic.
I think.
But yeah, sometimes
I
all
mean,
you can take is sometimes all you need is that one little tweak to that's holding you back. Yeah, absolutely.
but seriously, like I've had, I don't know, 10 teachers throughout the last 10 years. I've done it, and I've been doing your course for 3 weeks. This is a great moment for me. Thank you, Phil.
You're very welcome, man. And this is just the beginning, though.
Yeah.
You wait to see where I get you soon. So, trying to learn singing without a proven process and without guidance is really hard, and you're likely not going to be able to do it because if you just go on YouTube and try to get lots of random exercises, you don't really know what exercises you need. You don't know where they're going to lead you. You don't even know if you're doing them right anyway. So it can leave you just banging your head against the wall over and over and over again, just trying random things and then thinking, oh, well, just because I'm practicing, I must be doing something good, right? A lot of us think, a lot of people think that just because they're doing some scales or some exercises, it means they're doing something, and then because of that, it means they're going to get better. You can do scales and stuff for years and still get nowhere if you don't know the right things to be doing. And Yago was in that situation too. He had studied with many teachers and done many exercises and things and still didn't get anywhere until he joined my program. And in a very short amount of time, he's noticed immediate benefits. Here's an example of what I mean. So Yago dropped me an email with some recordings of him doing some exercises. And very quickly, I was able to give him feedback and then tell him, hey, you're doing some of this right, but you're doing some of this wrong. And, I gave him some tips on how to tweak it. He came to the coaching call and then he said, wow, just that one email made a massive difference and made a big difference in his voice. So sometimes all you need is like one little thing and you're just being held back by one little thing. And it's just that one piece of advice that you need to get to the next level. And if you don't have someone that's been through this from scratch, you're not going to really get there. So I'm someone who's been through this from scratch and built it successfully in many people's voices and my own voice. And I know the ins and outs of how to do it. So